Welcome back, students. In the previous video, we have completed covering all the problems, sample problems, and theory part. We have completed the polynomials chapter, but I thought I should be giving you the most common mistakes on tips specific to polynomial chapter. So start with the correct polynomial form. See, mostly you'll be given in the quadratic equation, and you might be asked to find out the sum and product of the zeros. The general form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c, to which you can apply the formula for sum and product of the zeros. But sometimes in the board exams, they might twist the form, like they may give this ax square term in the second position and bx in the first position. So before you start the problem, the most important starting step is to verify if the problem, the quadratic equation is in this format. If it is not, you are supposed to rearrange it. Because in this case, you'll see x square minus 3 plus 7x. This portion is interchanged. So if you hurriedly apply the formula, you might end up finding the wrong values of minus b by a and c by a. So you have to change this problem to the standard format before applying. Otherwise, the entire problem and the solution goes wrong. The second tip is understand the question properly. In the quadratic equation, sums and zeros, they will either give you the sum and product of the zeros, or they might give you the actual values of zeros, that is alpha and beta. In both cases, the approach will be different. Let us say the problem gives two numbers 5 and 6, and if it is mentioned as sum and product, then you would proceed with saying that alpha plus beta is equal to 5, alpha beta is equal to 6. And if you are supposed to fit a quadratic equation with this number, you use this formula and you arrive at this quadratic equation. Alternatively, if these numbers are mentioned as the zeros, that is alpha and beta, then you need to proceed by indicating one of the 0 as 5, another as 0 as 6, then find out the sum alpha plus beta is equal to 11, and the product alpha beta is equal to 30, and then the quadratic equation now becomes x square minus 11x plus 30. This is completely different from the previous scenario. So any mistake at this stage, the whole problem will go wrong, and by and large, this is the most common made mistake by the students. Handle negative signs carefully. Just check for any negative values in the coefficient or in the constant term. And also when you substitute in the formula, carefully substitute with minus b by a or c by a. Say for example, in this x square minus 5x, remember the quotient is minus 5. Coefficient is minus 5. So when you substitute to find the value of sum of zeros, it is minus b by a, which is equal to minus of minus 5 by 1, which is equal to 5. So be careful with the negative and the positive signs. Watch out for tricky MCQs. When there are multiple choice answers, you will have both the answers which might appear appealing, like you might have minus half also as the answer and half also as the answer. This is just to induce a doubt. So in this case, just double check the solution. Like, did you apply the correct formula? Did you use the correct negative sign, like the whatever we saw the previous point, so that you have not missed this aspect of sign. So whenever there is both the positive and negatives in the options, just double check. Question wordings. See, there is a one single slightly rephrasing the same words give you different meaning. If the square of the difference of the zeros, this is one kind of statement. And another kind of statement is if the difference of squares of the zeros. For a moment, both looks like same, but both have totally different meaning. So where can you get these kind of scenarios or problems is, in video 19, I discussed about problems where you will be able to find out these special forms of alpha and beta. It could be like alpha square, beta square, or alpha square minus beta square, or alpha plus beta whole square, whatever. There are some special forms. So check this video 19 if you have not already done. So instead of giving a formula like this, number like this, they might simply find the square of the difference of the zeros, or find the difference of squares of zeros, or whatever. So in this case, the square of the difference of zeros means the difference of zeros is alpha minus beta, and the square is alpha minus beta whole square. When you expand, it becomes alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. Then the problem goes in a different direction. Suppose if it is mentioned as difference of squares of the zeros means you square the zeros first, that is alpha square, beta square, and its difference, that is alpha square minus beta square, which gets converted to alpha minus beta into alpha plus beta. So this word sounds similar, like this is but it's tricky and confusing and have a totally different meaning. So read patiently, try to understand the question, and if you smell something is tricky, don't hesitate to reread the question. Lastly, you by doing the problem several times, you might know that some of the polynomials is minus b by a. In fact, in many of the exercises where I teach, I had missed that formula. I directly put the value of some of the zeros. But please don't do it. Put the formula. That is very important. Before you use the values or bring in the values, you have to introduce the formula. See, where this will help is, this will give your examiner a clear indication of, yes, the student knows the formula correctly. So suppose should you go wrong in the subsequent steps somewhere, you will still get step marks for indicating the formula correctly. Say me out of 1 mark, and somewhere you go wrong in the calculation, and the whole sum is wrong. Still, if you indicate the formula, you are liable. You are eligible to get half mark. Okay. So before you bring in the values, please mention the formula. So friends, this is what I wanted to share. So let me start my new series on trigonometry in the next video. Bye till then.